Yeah, we're at the bottom. That's it, I think. On page Tofayin Tess, at the bottom. Let me see what I got here. So he says here is a series of Hatzorach V'Tol Elis Shal HaRucha. So this is the Rucha, the Shadi Begavah. So we went through the names of the Rucha. Now we're talking about accomplishments. You need the Rucha for several different things. Number one, he says, what's it say in Eitz Chaim? He's Rav Shar Lamed Tesh, or Tal. And he says, he goes over here and he says like this. Whoops. So he says, he ain't koach haman la'alot v'his bar sham shem ma'atzman rak al-yedera sham ma'atzman rak al-yedera bahu rucha da'ohul zah begavod, only because of the rucha that Zah put inside of her, b'zivuka kadamah kanoida. Rucha v'vaya the hayin is ben. And what is this Rucha de Shava Begavah? Now here is a conclusion that it's the name Ben. So from this, I guess it breeds a cheshech in her for her husband. So to bring him her man, so to speak. V'shem Ben Hazeh hu hama'ala acher kach kol haman the shar hazivugim deman demeoz ve'elach. So all of the zivugim come about as a result of that. Number base, he says, ayedech harucha yesh bekoach anuk lekabel tipes hazera. So because of that rucha, she has the ability now. One is that she has the ability to seek the with the man, to seek the zera. Now she has the ability also to be able to accept it. Again in Shar Paz, Sham Perak Zion, excuse me. Zer v'zel l'shonu ki ein ha'isha ru'uya leiled elaim came tihiya shlema she'im he chasera ela yoledes. So what's this have to do with this? So he says, "V'am necha b'kol ha'shlemos eina ela ad sheyiyeh bo kol ha'chamisha gevuros elo shem ben hanal." She can't do this until she gets the 5 gevuros. Now he's saying, I don't think I ever saw this said like this, that the chamisha gevuros elo shem ben, which are all bens, I guess. So now. So he said, "Ki zeh mamish nefesh shal hanukva," because this ben is really her nefesh. Now, what I was talking about was that I don't know what he meant by 5. We understood the 5 gevuros. So, but then he attaches the 5 gevuros onto the name Ben. Previously, I thought it was just a Havaya Pashut, 5 Havaya Pashutim. So exactly what we have here, I'm not sure, but he says maybe it means to say that they're all bens, that you take those 5 havayas and then you actually are their bens, or what? I'm not sure. That's the reason why the first yichud will not cause her to have to reproduce. Because that's what it does. It refines her kli. It makes her a kli that's able to bekabel this zera that's coming about. So one is to request the zera, to long for it. That's the first one. And then the second one is to be able to fit, to be able to handle it. From that point on, okay, so that's the second one. So not only does it request the zera, it accepts the zera, but then it has the ability in using the male force and the force of giving and then the force of receiving together. They match together and they make this star vlad a shalom. Kamavura b'shar kavana, so that shen drash vav the kriya shema yisib azad shona. Misham v'hala Kol Shar of Averos He Mitztairos. So from that time on, all of the I said all of the Be'ilos, all of the Yichudim, He Mitztairos. From that point on, they have the ability to be able to form. They're formers. The Na'asas Bechinas Neshamos, and they become like an aspect of the Neshamos. Vlados, I guess I'm reading it wrong. Let's see. He says, "Vehem mitztayros v'naasas bechinas neshamos Vlados al yedei b'hachu rucha deshaveg ba b'bich kedmo." So Od Sham. Also, we know this from the Drush Halila and Drush Gimel. He says, "Are we in the Drush Halila? I don't know where we're at right now." So he puts 5 gevuros into her. They wind up in her yisod, and they always are with her. And now he's explaining it out a little bit better, the question I had before. He says that each one of these bands is actually a Chavaya Dehayin. Each one of these, these Gevuros, is a Chavaya Dehayin, because we know that goes with the Nuk, it's going to be a band. Hanikra Rucha Deshadi Begavos, that's what it's called. V'gam yesh sham hachana b'yisod ahu. So now there's also, as we said, the yisod is now prepared. The kabel tipas mad, which we said before, which is coming from the zachar, but the tzayir b'tzir vlad, and to form it into the form of a vlad. But if she didn't have that kli, call it tipa u'shachar b'shar chaviyos koya nipsados v'nisbatlos, then nothing would work out. Interesting. Okay. So now we go to number Dawud. Here's a 4th thing that this does. So before, he was talking about the Vlad, so I was thinking he's talking about a physical Vlad, like a child. Here he says that, but actually, it becomes the Bechinah of the Levush, the Neshama, a Notzeres. So this is again explained, he says in Shartal, Perak Ches. B'shar Pesukim Vayera. So he said, the Seder to this is like this. Shacharucha kolula bebechinas chasadim v'gevuros. Said the rucha kolula bebechinas chasadim v'gevuros. That's always the way it is. He says, as bechinas chasadim night lazer ampen v'hem nisharna b'yisod zah. So he keeps the chasadim of the ruach. So he's saying another thought. He's saying that from a higher place is where this ruach is coming from. And the ruach has male-female parts to it, as everything does. So then he says that the zah keeps the male part. So when does she actually receive her 5 gevuros? Now, I know that she got a ha'ar from the Gevuros, went through the nekev. We saw that elsewhere, through the nekev in the back of Zeranpin. But here we see that she's actually getting the Gevuros, the essence of the Gevuros themselves, but be a Rishona de Zun. That happens, and that's what we're talking about. It's be a Rishona. The Rucha should be Yisod and Nuk, because this is the concept of the Rucha that's in the Yisod of the Nuk. V'shas zivug debir shnia. Now, when you come to that, malach nukman. So once again, the process starts. V'chamaman lokech levush, and what does the man get? Let's just give me a second here. The man lokech levush me harucha the nuk should be a soda. So there's a ruach now which was the 5 gevuros. He said the 5 bands. I think he said that the 5 bands. Maybe he meant that just 1 band. I'm just extrapolate as best I can. So the man that's going upwards is going to take a levush, and that levush is going to be in her yisod. And then as a result, well, maybe not as a result, but yeah, there's a result of that. He's going to give her the mad. So he says the mad actually takes some kind of garning from the mad also has levush. That levush is coming from the rucha, the zeranpin. V'hidach and the shaman shechal vlad. Let's talk about that. No tzoras me'ramaman v'ramamad atzman. But they get the actual essence of what's inside of the levush itself. U'mecharucha de'rucha de'zer anpin v'chanuk na'asim ha'levushim shal ha'neshama, and then the neshama is formed by that, but then there's going to be a levush for the na'asim. That is the. Let me read again. V'hamad atzma v'charucha de'zer anpin v'chanuk. I guess the man that he's talking about. Na'asach levushim shal ha'neshama, make levushim for the neshama. Levush echem macharucha dezah, v'levush sheni macharucha denuk. Okay, I don't know who wrote this. Are we assuming that the Rabbi Rabinowitz wrote this? Sometimes it's good to have a few couple more words in it. I think would, but I guess we got the idea here. Number Hey says Arucha nimshecha mitavuna dezer anpen v'lenuk. So he says mavur be'etz chaim again, once again in Shar Lamates Shar Tal. That the chidus nosen abba the ima es a rucha miyusoda the yusoda. So then that's where the rucha, we start to be able to see the manifestation of this rucha. So what is this rucha? Now we'll tell us this. So if you were any doubt, it's the rucha contains 5 gevuros and five chasadim. And this is like you're talking about into das, right? So it's coming from tavuna into das. Ume'elach ha'chasada v'gevuras hanimsoim b'yisod iman azim muach hadas dezer anpin, that makes the muach hadas dezer anpin kasher mispashtim hanai de'ima ima mocher shebasochem b'chaber dezah. Now as they get in, so that these gevuros, these chasadim and gevuros are going to make the das dezah. Kanoida shemuach hadas dezah meluvash b'yisod. The ima is clothed, as we know, inside of the yesod of ima as she comes into Zer Anpin. So he says, "V'hi nerev kashanai the ima mispashtu l'na'asam mochem beresha to Zer Anpin," and they form the mochin there. Them said the yesod shall ima nignaz v'salsach betok resha to Zer Anpin. It's inside of Zer Anpin, in his head. V'azer anpin lokeach as osach harucha mechayisod the ima. So now it's this rucha is coming in for the yisod of ima, and he takes it. V'chozeres ima alihiyos stuma kavat achida bebechida besula. This is an interesting idea. I don't know if someone else did. So, and this was as if she never gave birth. Let me just read that in. So after the rucha is deposited in Zer Anpin, it's like her job is done. Lokeach as osach harucha miyisod the ima v'chozeres ima the yostuma kavat achila bebechinat besula. She was like we never impregnated. Mach b'shach yisod shebara ne'elam, because why? What happened? What caused this to be? Because it's just the other way of looking at it, is because her yisod is ne'elam v'gam b'das the Zer Anpin. You can't see it anymore. It's just like it's not there, and it becomes a part of Zer Anpin. Who's sosim b'pascha the dugmas menol of sosim b'pesas, and now it's all closed up. That is the das of Zer Anpin closes around it, and it's inside of there, but it closes around it, just like a person who locked the door. Also, this is because that the rucha shouldn't have it anymore. She gave it to him. She gave it to her boy. So therefore, that's the first yichud. That's the yichud the Shabbat that she actually deposited the rucha inside of Zer Anpin. So, and we say that she's back again. So v'alkein la'achar mekan b'zivug sheni tzarich abba. This says be'ima as a rucha mechadash pam nosefer. She has to give her the ruach a second time. Rak la'achar mekan, but only after this. Mizdaveg im ima dezivug gomor locholeda. That's only when that takes place. Let's look at number Zion down below. Number Zion down below says a haidach the bekriya shemecha b'shel shakris naaseh shnei zivugin da abba ve'ima. So he said there's two of them. The kriya shemel shakris. There's two yichudim take place there. I thought there was one. Zivug Rishon l'chasi is kli, so we have to look at more closely, because the first one is for the purpose of making the kli, just like we're constantly saying v'zivug sheni l'holeda, l'holdi. Kain kasa b'choroch shah v'daya kain b'divrich harav be'etz chaim. So you look at over there also. So let's just see. He just said that, so I'm not sure that I can. Well, I'm not looking at it carefully enough. Maybe look at the Rashash and see that you have that. Maybe. So let's go after number Zion. V'kach darko tamid imo ki ma'acha shechasecha b'soisin pischa tamid, because he actually stops her up. She closes the opening for her to be able to, I don't know, do this again, which we do it again, because there's going to be a second yichud for the purpose of a later. But let's go on. He says all the time, it keeps going like this. Nimsiki ki ima la'olam hi besula. So that's just very strange that she's always in the state of being a besula. Now, how does that go? So we have a little note down here, number ches, Now, if you think about this, it's a problem. He said that Mekaven Shinizbar Shebehikones Nai the Ima al Hamochin Toch Zer Adpen. Now, I don't know, let me see, Shebehikones Zer Nai the Ima al. It's the word al Hamochin Toch Zer Adpen. So she's eating when she has, I don't know what al Hamochin means. Tos there on nistan pischa de imo v'chozeres the hiyos basula. So that's the statement we made. Im came eich omer harab. So how does this in Drush Gimel Delilah? How did the zivog be rishona the abba v'ima b'chatzas alayla who hachonon the chazivog the yom amacharetz is. So what's the problem here? He said, because it can't be. That's, well, I guess that's a question I was asking. He says, so he says, like, if she's closed up, how do you get the second yichud out of this to be brave? Halacha takeoff la'achar mikan kishenim shachim mochin dezun b'chatzas alayla d'tzorach haziva dezun miyad nistam piska shal imach v'chozeres lebesul. She goes back and is a besul again. V'im came. So what does it do for her? That's what he says. That's where he leaves that. We have one more paragraph, and we'll look at this now. This is giving us different views and different ideas. So let's talk about that. It's never wasted. Because even though she can't conceive from it, Ki hine hu nimshach bezah goes into their adpin, but then the nimshach manok misoda the asoso kli. That's what it does. It makes her vessel, and all those things come out of it as it was. So we'll stop here, and we'll see if we can pick up a little bit of the Pasach Eliyahu. Let me mark this today. I think what day is today? I don't really know. Today is the 11th of Cheshvon. 11 Chesh. Okay, that was good. Let's go on to the next thing. The